I've been thinking about the prospect of making money on YouTube and how certain forms of content are not really that viable. Um, it seems like just kind of talking um, and playing whatever and not really having a script and improving um, is not very effective or nearly as effective as these kind of highly edited videos that um, tend to bring people closer to the creator. So like they'll not the not God, but like they'll have they'll have like the content creator like in the background and then they'll be playing something, but like it won't just be you running through a field. It'll be like uh I don't know. They'll cut to this part or cut to a next part and make some funny comment and then have their ad in the middle of the video or whatever, or they'll try and like uh, incorporate the ad into the video, and they'll always take on all these current events. Um, I guess I'm just questioning whether or not I want to do that or not because it does seem like that's the best way to make money. Um, but then how much do you want to kind of sell your soul to that where, now there's this current event that you have to talk about? Um, or like, some videos I see that they're taking on like the idea of, I think his name is Ashton Hall, where he's just this really ripped guy who's obviously on steroids, and then he covers his face in a banana peel and uses it as a skincare routine and has this ridiculous morning routine of like waking up at like 3 and doing all this crap that's obviously it's kind of case in point, like it's obviously curated, like it's clearly not natural to do what he's doing, um and it's for a reason that he's doing it that way because that's going to get more views and content, but like it's not how you would typically conduct yourself, especially with the disembodied hands of women there who help him out with all these mundane tasks. Um, it's a very awkward video when you think about it, because he had to set up the camera gear, or he probably didn't even set it up. He probably paid somebody to set it up. And then he has to take his shirt off, but then he has to put on his stupid necklace and all that. And it's just like I know that you can make more money doing that. Uh, I just don't know if that's how I want to sell my soul. You know, like I definitely prefer just kind of talking about whatever I want to talk about. And if people want to join the ride, then they can join the ride. But I suppose that means that, not a lot of people are going to join that ride just because it's not curated enough. It's not like a 10-minute video that's, highly refined down. Uh, but I feel like it's probably better to just be authentic. Um, because otherwise you're just gonna burn out. And I mean, I don't know. I go in between back and forth with that because you can burn out, schmurn out. If you're making like 500K a year, then who cares? Because you can just do that for like 3 years and then you're good. You can retire if you want. So that's true. Wow, this game loads like crap. I'm playing on PS5, but you see this stuttering that was just happening? Or this, yeah, I don't know. It's too graphically intensive for the PS5, I guess. Um, it's just it's a bit of a tough situation, I guess, because you really do have to be a certain way. It's the same with advertisers. Like a lot of people take all these advertisers, but you know they don't care about them. Like they'll have like this game that you know they don't play, but they're taking the ad money. So they just do that. That way they can have the ad money and uh you got to make money and you got to care and this is just what you do, but you have to sell out your integrity because you don't actually like the product or you're at best indifferent about the product. Um, and I could do that. Um, it's just it's kind of hard to justify because I feel like it's not sustainable for me just because I tend to be the kind of person where I give takes that are my actual opinion and being very far removed from my actual opinion is quite tedious. Um, that could have something to do with autism. It probably does. Uh, I don't know. I don't see it as very sustainable, and it kind of goes like that in career choices too. Like you have to be fake in a lot of roles. Like the higher up the echelon you go, uh, a lot of it is fake. Like if you're like I don't know some regional manager or something, um, you might have noticed this too. Like that more and more of them, like the higher up you go, the more alike they are in the sense that like you're not gonna get a genuine uh, uh, talk from them most of the time. Like if you're talking about the company that they're in, they're just gonna be like, okay, well, we're doing this and this is really good, and this is really great, and oh wow, look, we're doing that. They're not gonna be like, I have doubts about this, and this is something that I am unsure of, or something like that. Um, they're not gonna say that, especially to you, because you're just an underling. They might say it to their investor. Well, no, they're not going to say it to their investors. If anything, they're going to say to their investors, like, wow, everything's on the up and up. I levitated to work today. Um, I don't know. Maybe they'll say it to like their partner or something. But aside from that, you know what I mean? Like it's very curated and it's not genuine. Like there's no signs of weakness there. It's the same with this stupid Ashton Hall guy who I was talking about earlier. Like there's no signs of like fumbling, you know? I mean, sure, you can see that he drops his Pellegrino water or whatever the hell it is. Uh, See, I haven't watched many of his videos. I've seen a few because I've seen content creators cover it, and I was pretty thoroughly disgusted. But just the level of curation of his content is what's disturbing because I know that that level of inauthenticity tends to work pretty well in terms of monetizing. And unfortunately, living in society, you have to care about money. Um, and with content creators themselves, um, shoot, I lost my point. I don't know, like if you're like considered like a smart content creator, you know, like people are like, wow, that's a really insightful take, and oh my God, he's such a genius or whatever, then like you're gonna edit out all the times when you're like, gee, I don't know, oh, I lost my idea, or you know what I mean? And like then you have to do all of this research into every single one of your opinions, and you got to make sure that everything is like top notch, and just like the background of making some video where like you do this like really next level uh content of like I don't know, being the next sophisticate, you're the next Jordan Peterson, even though I don't think Jordan Peterson is that great. um it just got me thinking about the life of somebody who has to do that. And I mean, you have to like for instance, if you're making videos on uh about the insufferable TikTokers or like insufferable uh, influencers on like OnlyFans or something like that, and you're talking about how completely uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not necessarily toxic, but like just think about how if you're making content on that, talking about them, it doesn't even matter what you're saying. You could be dissing them, you could be praising them, whatever. You have to be watching this kind of brain rot content for however long, and then you have to sift through it and you have to edit it down and make your point and then write a little plot about it and I don't know, if you're showing your face in your YouTube video, you got to make sure your outfit's on point and all this. And I know it sounds like a lot of complaining, but like, and it is a lot of complaining. That's what I do. But welcome to the channel. But um, it's just like, what kind of life is that? Like, yeah, you probably make a lot of money because you cover, I don't know, Belle Delphine or something. But you have to watch every freaking Belle Delphine video. And now your brain is filled with all this crap about nothing. Like it doesn't matter. It's brain rot kind of content. I'm just thinking, do I really want to like subject myself to that? Like, yeah, it's probably going to get a lot of views, and you can be like, oh wow, here's Belle Delphine, and you could even simp the whole time, and you'd probably still make a lot of money. Or you could make an AI uh, channel and have simps come to you. You don't even have to be a girl. You could just make an AI girl and I don't know, sell feet pictures of your feet and they wouldn't know. Um, Presumably, I think men and men and women's feet look close enough, or maybe not. I don't know. I suppose if you're a foot enthusiast, then you'd know the difference. Um, where the hell is this cave? Cave, cave. This game is weird. Uh, I guess it's just thinking about how I want my life to go with making money, because obviously the best way to make money is to just do something that you would do anyway. And that's how you make money. Um, so some people have this figured out, like they'll do a podcast or something, and then they'll just talk to people that they were gonna talk to anyway, and then they just record the conversation, and then they make a crap load of money because there's a million billion subscribers, and they're entertaining enough, and maybe they edit it, maybe they don't. Some of them don't even edit it, so I suppose that's the best uh, uh, outcome. But you really have to be quite entertaining to do that. Um, or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, there's so many different people in the world. I suppose it doesn't matter. Uh, because like you can literally make a YouTube channel about fart jokes, and you'd probably get a fair following just because there are people who care about that for some reason. Uh, so I guess I don't know what I'm saying. So there's my however long video this is about content creation and the, the futility of trying to make high quality content.